Hey guys, John Edward here, and today we're going to take a look at YASIV.com. Now, YASIV.com is a tool that's been around for a while, kind of a mind mapping of all of the items on Amazon. It's not going to have all of them as much anymore because the creator of it probably hasn't updated it in a long time, but it's still a really good tool. See right here, I've typed in single to mild decorations, and then right here it says home and kitchen. And when you first start, it's going to say books. You click this, you drop down to just whatever category that you're looking for, you want to try it out, and it's not going to have, again, it's not going to have all of the categories simply because it hasn't been updated in a while, but it has what used to be the majority of them. So some of them you might have to go into like for clothing or something else, home and kitchen. So you can see here that we've gone ahead and done single to mild decorations, and it's pretty wild. You know, you see right here a bunch of different things, and this arrow's pointing everywhere. Now this is a zoomed out view just to get an idea of all the things that are interconnected for when you search single to mild decorations. So if we zoom in right here, you can see plastic Fiesta couple photo door banner, and all these other arrows that you see on the screen right now are saying that at some point these products were frequently bought together. Now, if you go and click this one right here, we're going to click on it. It's going to pull up the same image, just larger, a link to Amazon. You can check to see the current sales rank, home and kitchen, dining, it's in banners, and then customers also often bought this with other similar items that are also listed here. So all the items that you see here that are flashing are also going to be in this list right here. So you can just scroll through them, or you can look and it can take you to further items. So what I like to use this tool a lot for is kind of a graphical view of if you're using Jungle Scout or anything else like that, or just doing normal searches through Amazon yourself if you don't use Jungle Scout. This is a great way to find the also bought with items and kind of give you an idea of what other items people are buying with. And so when you're creating your product, or you have an idea of what you're looking for, or the niche that you want to go into, and you're not entirely sure what that looks like right at this moment, or what other value add propositions that you can add, this is going to be one of the ways that you can do them. So this is going to help you figure those out. So you can see right here, publisher, that's going to be whatever the brand name is, Fun Express. So if you click this, it's going to take you there. Now, full disclosure, this is going to be an affiliate link. No, I am not affiliated with this guy at all, but I imagine that was probably one of the key motivating factors for him creating the tool, to keep it running, because as you know, keeping software up to date requires money, and so it's a free tool that the guy created as a hobby. You can go and look at it in the about section, but he does have it as an affiliate. So if you don't want to click, I mean, you can just go back, search the same thing in Amazon and find it yourself, or not. I mean, you don't have to buy anything anyways, even if you know you've been pixeled, but it'll just take you back here. You can see there it is, Fun Express, which he listed here as the publisher. That's just the brand name. That's just how he wrote it when he created the software. You could scroll down. You can see there are other items here. Now, some of these items here on the actual product detail page may not be the exact ones you find in the software, because depending on when he pulled, the API pulled the information, it may not be at the same time that this is. This is constantly dynamic. It's going to be updated probably. This information is probably updated. Well, this is that section. I'd say every 24 to 48 hours for Amazon, depending on the velocity, and then whenever they have regular updates for this stuff. So his is going to be slightly delayed, but the good thing about this is that at some point these were items that were frequently bought together, and this is a good way of kind of tracking and seeing, okay, this stuff used to be bought together. You can still see, look, inflatable cactus cooler, it's one of the items. So you can see that it is still accurate to some degree. Now you can see right here, see, like the number one thing that he had at the top of the list is this table cover. Well, the table cover is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Again, not 100% accurate, but still very popular with the also bought with. So from here, you can go, you know what, let me see what else these items are connected to. Maybe I don't want to necessarily go with that. I want to have the 10-piece photo props. Now this is really cool because now something, maybe I was thinking about this photo door banner, and then this brought me these photo props, which also go really great with this. And so that's something that you would not have thought of, but now when you're looking at it in a graphical nature, it's very easy to kind of quickly identify things, as opposed to if you go back over here, you're sitting here and you're going, 1, 2, yep, just clicking through, and you may have forgotten something from previous. And so this, for me, looking at it in a graphical nature, just makes it a lot easier, and you can zoom out. So what I like to do, I'm just gonna hit close, and then I can see everything really quickly, and I'm just gonna look through things and see if something stands out. Again, the table cover, different than the table cover that was down here. So you can see, obviously, if somebody's buying this table cover, this one that I clicked on, they're not buying another table cover. And so you can see how maybe competing products compare with the also bought with. And again, that's going to give you an idea really quickly, as opposed to if you're on Amazon right now, you're going to have to first click this one that I clicked on, the group publishing company, and then you're going to have to go and click on this other one that was created by Creative Converting. You know, and you're going to have to click on both of those on Amazon. Whereas right here, I can easily see, you know what, here's the second one right here, and then here's this other one way down here. These are very similar, but they're not also frequently bought with, and it gives me an idea of what other items are bought with each one very quickly. You know, when you're doing product research, you can get very easily overwhelmed with the amount of research, product research that has to be done. You can spend days, and that's one of the things that you want to avoid is paralysis by analysis. And so what I would do here now, again, you're just going through and trying to find ideas of stuff that will help you create products. And then if I wanted to compete with something like this, you know, I would go ahead and see what else people are buying it with. So if we head over here to Amazon, and let's see, okay, now it's sold by Amazon, so this looks like it's a big brand. Yeah, because it's got, well, it's 4 other sellers, and as you can see here, these things should definitely not be all listed in the same product detail page, and they only has 11 reviews. So now we can see, okay, people are buying all these decorations with it here in these photo props. If we know that that's going to happen, we can just create. So if we look right here, the center, just check out the centerpiece, E23. Let's see here, 72,000. So not the greatest, you know, maybe 10, 30 sales a month. And so, but we can see all of these other things that if we go here, click on these, get these opened up. Let's take a look. Sales ranking, much better. It's in toys and games, which wouldn't necessarily be in the right category, but that's all right. Let's see, you can see here. Again, more decorations. All these decorations and party favorites just go together. And again, yep, pretty good ranking. So if we know that people are going to buy these, then we can just create a bundle that all this stuff will just go together. So as opposed to sitting here, you know, trying to create a Me Too product, you have to higher value proposition to the end user than what the current market is giving them. And so if you have something like this, you know, these paper fans, you're going to want to give something more than just the paper fans. And you can see right there, look, these guys, every time somebody buys these things, the #1 bestseller in these banners, 15 feet, is these guys. So we know right away we can go ahead and provide these things. Now, if you're going to provide the vinyl tablecloth, that might be a little bit more expensive, but you can see right here, right away, people are buying the banners, people are buying the little spinner things, and right away, that's $15. Could you instead provide both of these for $12, $13, $14.99? I would like to think so. You can probably combine them both and get them down for $12.99, and then you're beating them out. And so if a potential customer sees that, why wouldn't you want to do that? Because you're saving people on clicks. Convenience. This is a convenience factor, huge convenience factor. I don't have to go around and click anymore. I can just buy these banners and there's little Twizzlers at the same time. That's huge. So that's what I like to use this tool for. You can click the customer reviews things, check it out. You can also, if you want to check out some more, everything that is in this little mind map here is going to be over here too. And so if you don't want to, use this tool, the graphing side of it, you can just use this little drop down, scroll. You just click, hold, drag it around, and it just gives you, it's a really great way to give you ideas of products that kind of go together. And then that way, it just saves you time. If you like to look at a graphical view, or you're more inclined to look at images and see how things fit together, then this is great. That's what I like to do. I do it both ways. You can sit there and sift through, Excel documents, looking at bestseller rankings, use Keepa, Jungle Scout, or whatever else that you use. But one of the things you have to pay attention to is that everybody else is using those tools, and so you want to diversify the types of tools that you use. That's what I like to do. I'm not saying that necessarily you have to do that, but the more tools that you have at your disposal, the better able that you're going to be able to find products that you can sell, manufacture, and then create more value to the end user. I mean, that's what it's going to be about. If you want to beat somebody else out, you don't want to come in here and then make the 50th, plastic dinnerware kids set, and I mean, look, you can see that there's a million of those things, and you can see, look, this guy right here created a small bundle because he saw probably in other sites that people were buying these things together. And so what did he do? Provided him $10.39. So this is how eventually he's going to end up beating out other sellers. And of course, this is just like one step out of a million other things that you should do. I mean, he doesn't have A+ content, so I mean, I would definitely recommend getting A+ content at this point. There's no reason not to if you're creating a new product detail page from scratch. There's absolutely no reason to. So if we go back over here to YASIV, again, you can type in whatever it is that you want, and it's going to give you suggestions for searching. So you can go party supplies and see what else you get. It takes a few seconds to populate, and then again, you might see some items, but look, keep scrolling out, and then you have all of these different ones that go together. So you got some far off ones, and then you've got some really close ones. So again, another way to give you can see that when people buy these banners, man, do they buy a lot of different things. A lot of things are connected to these banners. That's probably why there's a lot of different other sellers on it. But this gives you a really good idea as to what the market looks like when you're sourcing. And so that's going to be the best thing. Now, I'm not saying necessarily if there's competition, you don't want to go into it. Of course, competition shows that the market is healthy. And so you just have to do your due diligence and determine whether or not you're going to be able to provide a higher value proposition and be able to market better than the competition. And so one of those ways is providing more value in the form of more physical products inside of it. Everybody's going to have high quality photos. Everybody's going to have, at this point, should have A+ content. Everybody's going to have really good bullet points. Everybody's going to have a bunch of keywords. So one of the ways is providing more value in the form of the actual product itself. And that's going to be, you're going to throw in, these things, the headbands with the banners, and then whatever else was bought with them, that you can make that'll make sense for your end user. So, you don't want to throw in a table and then, throw in something that, might not necessarily go together. I mean, you don't want to throw in a book and a tablecloth. I mean, that, those things aren't going to go together. This is a tablecloth, but this is just a donkey game. But you get the idea. And so we can check out anything else, like let's do tire iron, automotive, hit the search. The more general the product is that your search, the more connections you're going to get. And the further out the connections are, shows that they weren't necessarily bought together as frequently as stuff that's significantly closer to them. So, and you get the idea. And then you also, now if we do the same in home and kitchen, give you a better starting point. So when you're searching for tire iron, you're going to want to make sure that you're in like the correct category, which would be automotive. And the more descriptive that you can be, the better off that you're going to be in terms of finding things that actually go together. So you can see here, this is like really huge. But all the stuff is on the right hand side too. So again, YASIV.com, it's a great way for you to look at stuff that are connected in a graphical form. Now obviously this is just tool set one out of a bunch of different tools that you should be using. It just depends on how you do your product research now, and this is just a great way for you to do a bunch of different product research that you want. You can see here, let's see, shows a bunch of different people are buying several different organizers at one time. Let's see what else we're gonna do. Let's see, sports and outdoors, cooking fire sticks. Get this closed. All right, here, yeah. So you can see there is a lot, and then there, what we were looking for, mallow meat. All right, so here you got these roasting sticks for fire, camping, the whole 9 yards, and you can see what other stuff was bought with them. So if we go there again, this is not going to be 100% of what people are buying. You can see that people are actually buying a lot of different fire, roasting sticks with this. But at some point, people are buying roasting sticks with how to learn how to do it, other cooking things. You can see here, s'mores, stuff like that. So you can see, yep, and then even the mystical fire, which is actually pretty cool if you haven't used those before. You see, it's all the way over here. So again, this is kind of just what happens when people launch products and it gets into a really saturated market. And then, here's the A+ content. You can see still, hey, 5,700, that's still really good. And then you can see that now it's just filled with other people's fire roasting sticks. And that the only real thing that it's telling you that was frequently bought with is a hammock. And so this is not a very good indication of what it was once was bought with. So you can see right here, here's the books. And then here's the book over here. So you can see that this, actually in this particular instance, I would say this is actually more accurate than what the Amazon thing is. The Amazon's also bought with, simply because that's just showing you a bunch of other competitor products, which yes, people might have bought like one brand and then bought another brand, but that doesn't really help you out. What does help you out is that, okay, hey, he bought a sandwich cooker, he bought a bunch of s'mores, he bought a warmer or a toaster warmer maker, another kit, and then mystical fire. So again, you can see, you can go and get these things. You can find the brand that, that's actually from Canada and buy from them wholesale, put those in with your roasters. That's actually a good idea, by the way. And there you go. So you now know that that's actually what people are buying with, would be my guess. Not what, I don't know. I find it very hard to believe that if I'm going to go buy roasting fire roasters, that I'm also buying a bunch of other different fire roasters at the same time, all from different brands. I would be more likely that I would be buying, these other things that go with it. S'mores. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't I? I mean, that's more realistic. than a bunch of other fire sticks from other brands. So, but that's what happens when, you know, people are taking advantage of the Amazon algorithm, also bought with, and things like that. And then you have competitors, and you have so many, and then that's what happens. People are using that to showcase their product on somebody else's listing. So in this particular instance, YASIV is actually more accurate, in my opinion, than what the Amazon also bought with. And actually, yeah, Mystical Fire plus roasting sticks, that's actually a good thing, because you can put those together. You can just buy them wholesale from the brand and then sell them. And then, you know, you're not competing with the actual guys that are on this Mystical Fire listing, which is, by the way, a lot. So yeah, you have Juvo right now, and then yeah, so here's 4. Wait until it gets close to 4th of July, summertime, and then there's going to be a lot of sellers on this thing. This thing is something that sells a ton during the summer season and fall season, especially. People building fires and stuff. So if you were looking to buy into a brand of selling roasting sticks, I would encourage you to also take a look at the costs for the Mystical Fire and see what kind of bundle that you can create. I'm not saying that's going to 100% work, but it's going to be a lot better than a million other these roasting sticks that all look the exact same. So again, YASIV, just a really great way to look at items that are interconnected in a graphical form, and as opposed to looking at it in a long list, or Amazon's also bought with, which is going to be riddled with a bunch of competitor products. And if also you're looking at something that maybe did a like blast or launch service, then that's going to be, they're not going to get accurate results on Amazon, because it's going to be filled with, you know, a bunch of other stuff, phone cases, supplements, stuff like that. That's not going to be accurate. Whereas here, it's going to be a lot more realistic. Like, yes, marshmallow roasting sticks, guy bought Hershey's S'mores kit. I mean, that makes sense. Or trays. You know what I mean? So that makes a lot more sense than you know, buying 20 different brands of roasters at the same time. And then again, if you like it, here is the list. Instead of it's in graphical form, you can instead look at it in a list if you like that too. And then you just click on them. It's going to pull them up right here. You can take a look. And then again, you can just zoom out. So if you've got it here, you just click here, switch in and out. And then when you hover over them, it shows you. So right now I'm hovering over this fire pit, and you can see right on the screen there that highlighted, the arrow's highlighted right there on that side. So we're a little zoomed out right now, but if we zoom in a little bit more, get to scroll up. Oh, where'd my fire pit go? So yeah, right here. So if you see, not hover over it, highlights up. Just so you can see it easier, so you know where you're looking at. And again, well, Mystical Fire, tons of Mystical Fire is going to be bought with this stuff. So that'd be a pretty good idea if you're looking for something new. Check it out. But again, thanks guys. John Edward here. Just letting you know, hey, the stuff's out there. Use YASIV.com. Not affiliated with it at all. I don't know the guy, don't know anything, just another tool that I've used in the past, and then a friend reminded me of it. So take a look, check it out. If you can, hit the like, subscribe button, share it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you wanted me to expand on anything, missed anything, agree, don't, that's great. Remember guys, there's no secret sauce. It's just good old-fashioned digging in deep with the information and looking at all the competition and what's out there, and then how you're going to be able to provide the best information that's out there, okay? No secret sauce. Thanks, guys.